How well do you know the Potter story? What would you say if I told you that Dumbledore tried to kill Harry in the second movie, The Chamber of Secrets? As you can hear, English is not my native language. For listening practice, I watch films that I think I know well, and convincing myself if it's in English, it's not the waste of time. Watching the second part about Harry Potter made me think, why did the headmaster of Hogwarts allow the Chamber of Secrets to be opened? And I think I have the answer. So, why the Chamber of Secret? Let me remind you what happens there. This time Harry arrived at Hogwarts not by train, but by car. And this is our first stop. As we know from the following books and films, the School of Wizardry is protected by powerful spells cast by Dumbledore himself. Therefore, as soon as Harry and Ron approach Hogwarts, they lose control of their car and crash into the Weeping Willow. To the viewer, this seems like an accident, but if we assume that this is intended, we can understand that this is a very effective defensive spell, to send an intruder to the most aggressive creature in the castle. The car falls from the tree, makes it possible to drive a couple of meters and then throws out the students. Who knows, maybe Dumbledore noticed that little intrusion and, realizing that they are just two school children, allowed them to escape from this deadly tree. Moreover, he thought out the head of the Gryffindor faculty, Minerva McGonagall, very fast, and together with her went to save Harry from expulsion, replacing the punishment with this.
You're going to expel us, aren't you?
Not today, Mr. Weasley. I will be writing to your families tonight, and you will both receive detention.
Hey, it hurts! I know you have no parents, Harry, but I like to see you suffer. After that, we are shown the learning process. In botany, we get acquainted with Chekhov's gun in the form of a mandrake root, which will shoot in the end, and with the object of Ridiculous, Gilderoy Lockhart. In the evening, when Harry is serving his sentence with Lockhart, the first half-blood has been attacked. Harry hears the snake and runs to the stand with his friends, where they are caught. The teacher, brought by Dumbledore, also very quickly come running there. One look from him is enough to understand that the cat is alive, which means he knows how the Basilisk magic works. It's impossible for a wizard of his level not to know this. Just look how the brilliant Richard Harris acts when Lockhart have tried to fox.
So unlucky I wasn't there. I know exactly the counter curse that could have spared her.
What are you, fucking stupid?
And then he says that he cannot say what kind of spell it was. Notice he don't say he doesn't know.
But how she's been petrified, I cannot say.
Moreover, Severus Snape is also most likely aware of what really happened, but all teachers were clearly alarmed that Harry was at the stand of the crime. I'm sure that is not a secret for any of teachers who exactly opened the room 50 years ago. Even if they didn't know it then, 50 years later they should have guessed that the murder at Hogwarts, when the baddest witcher studies there, wasn't a coincidence. And there are a lot of criminal cases in the Harry Potter universe, and the answer to them is always the same: Voldemort.
We do not speak his name.
The Basilisk is hidden in the Chamber of Secrets, McGonagall in the course too. She tells the student about the Chamber of Secret. She understands what a threat it would be if it's opened. I would say that this is biggest and the most significant event in the School of Witchcraft and Wizardry since its opening. According to lore, Hogwarts was founded in the 10th century. Just try to feel the scale of the moment. The monster slept for about 1,000 years. Just letting it out at school, it's a real disaster. Furthermore, it's controlled by you-know-who. For him, it would be an ally like a Smauged dragon for Sauron. If we understood that, after 20 years of course, then Dumbledore got it too. And what did Dumbledore do? I believe he was going to kill the snake, but first he needed to find out who opened the room. He knew about Horcruxes and that Harry one of them. And yet he didn't suspect Potter, because at the time of one of the attacks, he was in hospital. When Dumbledore found out that the boy who lived was also the boy who spoke with snakes, he decided to use him to open the Chamber of Secrets and fight the Basilisk. The only problem is that there was someone else in the castle who could open the room, and this introduced some uncertainty into his plans. So he decided to wait. Most likely he guessed that the second Weirmouth was also a Horcrux controlled by Voldemort. And so by the time the ex-Eaters of the Death with connections in the Ministry removed Albus from the Walk, he didn't mind. Since from the very beginning he was going to act by proxy. His goal was the same as in Deadly Hallows. Voldemort himself must kill Harry Potter. To play them off, Albus sends Harry to the spiders, throwing a card to help them, which is still under the control of his spells, by the way. This card pulls out Potter and Weasley of the Aragog family clutches, and Harry now knows three things. First of all, Tom Riddle is lying. Second, their enemy is a basilisk. And third one, the girl who died last time died in the toilet and may still be there. Now let's think about it. Which of this information is new for Dumbledore? He was a teacher in Hogwarts 50 years ago. So, there was no way he didn't know where the girl had been killed, right? He could not physically won't connect the death of the girl and the appearance of the ghost in the same place. And finally, I can't believe that in 50 years Albus Dumbledore didn't think about to talk with a damn ghost. How is it possible, really? He is the key. So, what was the secret plan of the greatest magician manipulator? He directs Harry Potter to open the Chamber of Secrets. Inside, his puppet fights Voldemort's other Horcrux. Also, Dumbledore sends to help Potter a phoenix, whose task is to blind a huge snake, and the Sword of Gryffindor. And I actually have 2 points of view about this sword. First one is that Dumbledore could want to make a weapon against Horcruxes. You know, that type of weapon that didn't bring him in the Azkaban. And second, Albus knew that Harry didn't use his wand when he was coming for the Philosophic Stone. So he gave him a sword because he knew that the magic was not for him. And the funniest thing, he was right! So Harry used the sword against the snake, which almost killed him, but he surprised the old man when he thought of using the basilisk tools against the dairy. The phoenix even rewarded him with his tears for that. But how could Dumbledore seriously count on the victory of a child over a huge snake and the shadow of dark wizard at once? Of course he can't. He was counting on a different, more likely outcome. As we know from the fifth movie, the Phoenix can teleport Dumbledore. In addition, the principal is the only one who can transgress within the school. According to his plan, after Harry's defeat, he would have to appear and defeat Tom Riddle. A blind snake would not be a serious opponent for Albus Dumbledore, armed with an Elder Wand, and Tom is just a 7th year student. He might even be captured alive. In addition, he will not be able to transgress from the castle. In fact, Riddle drove himself into a trap from which he wouldn't have got out without the snake. Having captured the Dark Lord, it would be possible to get him drunk with truth serum and extract all information about the number of Horcruxes, and the cost of this, just Harry, which sooner or later Lord Voldemort will have to kill.
You've kept him alive so that he can die at the proper moment. You've been raising him like a pig for slaughter.
Yeah, eat Harry, take some cake. Of course, Rowling hardly thought about such subtext. It may have happened by accident, but such a look reveals Dumbledore's character in a new way and aligns well with his character demonstrated in recent books and films. It made me think that the depth of character, as well as the depth of story and other stories too, depends on our willingness to dive into it. And if the story is good, then in 20 years it will be still possible to look at this story differently. Thank you for watching, guys. If you like it, you can share this video with your friends. I will be very appreciated. Also, you can subscribe to my channel, but I have to tell you that this is my first video in English and I have no idea can I continue this or not. So thanks for watching again and bye, have a good day. His goal was the same as in Deathly Hallows. Dumbledore himself, yeah, of course. Before we will start the year of education, I want to say some words. Avada Kedavra.